Dan Senor is a former advisor to Speaker Paul Ryan. He has spoken with Republican members of Congress in the room during the Oval Office meeting. He was also a senior advisor to Mitt Romney in the 2012 presidential campaign. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, guys.
So you've spoken to people in the room. We now have, I guess, two different accounts.
Correct.
And you now have senators saying basically you have two Republican senators saying Dick Durbin's not telling the truth.
Right.
What's going on here?
Look, what it sounds to me, and obviously I wasn't in the room, but what I'm trying to piece together is Trump did say something derogatory, but it wasn't a big moment in the room. It's not like people stormed out. It's not like people interrupted him. I mean, Lindsey Graham made that one comment, but it wasn't sort of a game-changing moment in the room. It seems like the politics burst out of this meeting about a day later.
What the concern is, leave aside the word that everybody was repeating last week. The concern is that the president views the world this way and views people based on the group they come from. And of course, people have noted that the countries he made note of all have people with different colored skin. And Norway, the one he raised up, has essentially an all-white population.
Look, assuming he said a version of what he said, it's hugely problematic because it basically makes a sweeping judgment about people from certain parts of the world, even though there are many talented people. Those countries, by the way, some of those countries may be basket cases. It's okay to say that, but it doesn't mean that the talent coming from those countries are basket cases. And it also has implications for our country's bilateral relationships with the governments from those countries. That said, there is a point to be made that immigration restrictionists have a legitimate argument. Some of us may disagree with it, but a legitimate argument about the implications of this lottery system that picks people from certain countries, designates certain countries, rather than a skills-based, merit-based immigration system like Australia has, like Canada has. Many immigration reformers in this country are pushing for that kind of system. If that's the point the president was trying to make, let's just say it was an inartful way to make it.
But it's so unfortunate to me, Dan, that it now seems everybody's parsing their words exactly what he said, what he didn't say. But all right, let's move on from that. Where do we go now from here? Because we still have the DACA conversation. Where does that leave that discussion?
Well, I think two things are going to happen this week. Republican members I speak to think they will now move to a temporary spending bill sometime this week, which will get us to like third week of February. So basically punt, which takes down the threat of a government shutdown. So I do not think there'll be a government shutdown this week. I also think, based on the members I spoke to, it is unlikely they're going to get a DACA deal anytime soon because the blow up from this meeting has raised the stakes. If Trump said something, as Senator Durbin said, that was vile, racist, and hateful, how does now Senator Durbin sit down and negotiate with the president, who he thinks is vile, racist, and hateful, and make any concessions? If you're the president, how do you negotiate with someone who has called you racist, vile, and hateful? I mean, how do you make concessions to that person? Both sides have a base problem now. The president has a little bit of an advantage here in that his constituency, I don't think cares if they get a DACA deal. He can walk away. The Democrats are not going to shut down the government over DACA.
Let me ask you one question about your good friend Mitt Romney. Reports that he is in fact going to be running for Senate in the state of Utah. Can you confirm that?
I cannot confirm it. I'm not here as a spokesman for him, but I think it is highly likely that he's going to move forward.
Have you talked to him?
I have spoken to him, yes.
And you think it's highly likely?
I think it's highly likely.
So I'm going to take that as a yes.
No, I'm not a spokesman for him.
Okay,
I'm just a friend.
And we know that he is in good health right now.
Yes.
All right.
Following that cancer.
Yes,
Very good news.
All right.
Good health.
Dan Senor, great
to
see
you.
you.